Hello everyone. Today's topic is diseases of guava. This is the topic in your syllabus. Firstly, we will explain the scientific name of guava. The scientific name of guava is Pseudium gojava, and next is the importance of guava. It is native to Mexico, Central America, and northern South America, and it is an important fruit crop of subtropical countries. In India, it is grown almost in all the states. The name of the diseases and their causal organisms. I'm explaining the different name of the diseases and their causal organisms. The first is wilt of guava. Second is guava anthracnose, and the third is fruit canker or scab of guava. Wilt of guava and is the causal organism is Fusarium oxysporum. Guava anthracnose, the causal organism is Clectotrichum gloeosporides. Third is fruit canker or scab of guava. The causal organism is Stallotapsis sidai. First is the name of the disease is anthracnose. The causal organism is Clectotrichum gloeosporides, and I will explain the name of the disease, importance, symptoms, causal organism, epidemiology, disease cycle, and integrated management of disease of guava. First, I will explain the symptoms. Symptoms of this disease are observed on mature fruits on the tree. The characteristic symptoms consist of sunken, dark color, necrotic lesions. It means the necrotic lesions are circular in shape. Under humid conditions, the necrotic lesions become covered with pinkish spore masses. As the disease progresses, the small sunken lesions coalesce to form large necrotic patches affecting the flesh of the fruit. I was seeing the appearance of necrotic lesions on the upper surface of fruits as small, and then the lesions coalesce to form a large necrotic patches. Second is pathogen. Conidia are hyaline, aseptate, oval to elliptical. Conidiophore is cylindrical. Acerveri are dark brown to black. That means acerveri are color is dark brown to black color. Modes of spread and survival. The disease is spread through by wind or rain. Or management, it should be compulsory to spray like mancozeb 0.25%. The next is wilt of guava. Wilt of guava, the causal organism is Fusarium oxysporum. The importance of wilt of guava is wilt is the most destructive disease for guava plants in India, and losses due to this disease are substantial. Guava wilt is known to occur from India, Latin America, Malaysia, Pakistan, South Africa. In India, the disease was first reported in 1935 from Allahabad. So that's why the disease is also a soil borne disease, and it is very difficult to control. And I will explain the different types of symptoms. The affected plants show yellow coloration with slight leaf curling. The premature shedding of leaves takes place. The second point is twigs become bare and fail to bring forth new leaves or flowers eventually. Fruits of all affected branches remain underdeveloped, become hard, black, and stony. The entire plant becomes defoliated and eventually dies. It requires almost 16 days for complete wilting. Some affected trees shows wilting process as the cut open vascular tissues will show dark color extended up to the cambium region. Cambium region means the wood in the wood. The center part of is known as cambium region. The fungus normally present in tissues of the stem near ground level. The disease cycle, the wilt of guava disease, it's a soil-borne disease, and this disease spreads through movement of plants containing sick soil in virgin areas. Root injury predisposes wilt disease. Favorable factors: high rainfall during August or September favors the disease. Stagnation of water in guava field for long duration initiates infection. That means this disease occur in rainfall areas. That means the stagnation of water in guava field for long duration. The temperature range of 23 to 32 degrees Celsius with 76% relative humidity are conducive for disease development. And next is the management of wilt guava disease. First point is, as we know that proper sanitation should be maintained in the orchard. Wilted trees should be uprooted, burnt and pruned. Maintenance of proper tree vigor by timely and adequately manuring, intercultural and irrigation which enables them to withstand infection. As we know that due to soil-borne nature of wilt pathogen, it is not practical to completely control with any chemical. That means it is very difficult to control that type of disease. The next is guava anthracnose. The next is fruit canker or scab of guava. I will explain the importance of fruit canker or scab of guava. Scab is one of the most common diseases of guava, prevalent in all the guava growing areas across the globe. It affects all the developmental stages of guava fruit. Guava fruit canker has the potential of drastically reducing fruit yield during the pre-harvest stage. As we know that when the disease occur in the whole plant, that should be decrease the whole yield. The next is symptoms. Symptoms are visible on leaves during non-fruiting seasons and on the exocarp of young fruits of pinhead size. Typical symptom on fruit begins as tiny water-soaked spots which darkens in color. That means when the lesions are in a short in shape and then coalesce to a larger shape and convert to a different dark in color. Gradually, the tiny spots expand to discrete, circular dark brown to black spots. As the fruit develops, the small corky lesions often tear open, giving rise to raised corky scabs. The infected fruits remain underdeveloped, become hard, malformed, mummified. Mummified that means the loss of moisture, and that type of fruit is attached to the wood. And finally drop down because symptoms on leaves begin as small dark brown spots that expand to become gray or light brown circles surrounded by a dark brown border. Favorable factors: maximum spore germination takes place at 30 degrees Celsius with relative humidity above 96%. That means spores do not germinate below 15 degrees Celsius or above 40 degrees Celsius. The next is management of fruit canker. Rocking of infected plant parts. Spraying should be compulsory. That means 1% per Bordeaux mixture or Janave, 70% vegetable powder. Captafol can be used for the spray and to control the disease. The next disease is guava rust. The causal organism is Puccinia sedi. The symptom is the pathogen can affect foliage, young shoots, inflorescence, and fruit of guava. Typically, symptoms associated with this disease include distortion, defoliation, reduced growth, and if severe mortality. The next is management. Control of guava rust is based on the use of fungicides, scouting fields for onset of disease or during the times of year when environmental conditions are favorable for pathogen infection are recommended so that proper and timely fungicide applications can be made. In addition, proper cultural tactics such as proper fertilization, irrigation, pruning, and sanitation aid in achieving a healthy, vigorously growing tree less vulnerable to disease pressures. If the management is applied to the whole orchard, it can be improved. It can be improved the whole disease of plant. The next fruit is Spota. The name of the disease is leaf spot, and the causal organism is Phallospora indica. Epidemiology: the disease is more severe during October, December when the humidity is high. The fungus grow mostly in the leaf spot disease. The best temperature is at 25 degrees Celsius and 90% relative humidity when the fungus grows in that temperature. The symptoms occur in that disease. The disease is characterized by numerous small pinkish to reddish brown spots with whitish centers in the leaf. Modes of spread: this disease is spread through wind, or and as we know that this disease is born through conidia. Management: it should be compulsory spray mancozeb spray at the rate 0.25% or copper oxychloride 0.2% to control the disease. The next disease of spota disease is sooty mold. The causal organism is Capnodium species. Symptom is it is a fungal disease developed on honeydew-like excretion secreted by aphids. That means this disease occurs by the insects and scale insects. The fungus slowly covers the entire leaf area, severely affecting the process of photosynthesis. This results in reduced translocation of food to the fruits, which leads to reduction in their size. Pathogen: the mycelium is septate, dark colored, and superficial. The fungus is associated with the infestation of scales and mealy bugs. Management: it should be compulsory of star solution spray 5% to remove the fungal growth, and it control the insects by spraying systematic insecticide. That means when the chemical is applied to the whole plant, it should be remove the fungal growth. And this is the two diseases of horticulture crops and their management. Thanks.